Hi guys. Welcome to the live stream of the Coffee and Daydreaming Podcast. The podcast where dreams come alive and productivity gets a dose of caffeine. I'm your host, Amy, your BFF, encouraging you to live your dreams on your journey of self-love and healing together. So, grab your favorite cup of joe, get cozy, and let's dive into today's episode. By the way, this cup, Buttercup Media Club cup, is for sale in my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the description down below. Oh, we got a viewer. Hi, one viewer. I'll put the link to the description below. And give me just a second. I noticed my camera is crooked. I got two cameras cranking. Give me just a second. We got their coffee. Are you guys all set to go? I got my coffee. So today I was drinking coffee until 7:30 p.m. and then I was like, no, switch to non-caffeinated tea. Switch to non-caffeinated tea. That's it. So I did. And then I was like tired because I worked all day. I was like, yeah, I'm going to need that coffee. So I splashed a shot of coffee in there. Anyway. All right, guys. So, wait. Give me just a second here. Okay. Yes. I like to start every episode off with a little segment I call Dreamer's Delight. So, as we know, a lot of people that have achieved greatness, like Michael Jordan, Abraham Lincoln, Jim Carrey, so many greats have used creative visualization to achieve their dreams. So I like to kind of set the setting. If that's set the setting, I don't, guys, my vocabulary isn't. Anyway, my vocabulary is great. Okay, all right, here we go. So I want you to think about that you're exactly where you want to be in your career. Okay, I want you to think you're exactly where you want to be in your career. I forgot to say, close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Inhale and exhale. Nose itches. Okay, you are exactly where you want to be in your career. Okay, let me think. Ooh, I love this. It's so yummy. I always realize where I want to be in my career. Where are you? Who are you with? What do you look like? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I got really excited because I had an epiphany. What epiphanies are you guys having? Write it down below and write in your journal as well. Okay. How was that? Right now, before you do anything, before it goes in this ear and out the other, I want you to just take a moment and write down what you saw and what is the timeline going to be like on this particular dream. I got to do a lot of research. Not a lot. But so the purpose of this, it's great because it allows you to work backwards, okay? So, I know exactly what I gotta do. Anyway, okay. Now, let's just jump right into it, okay? Okay, let's just jump right into it. We're gonna so moving on to coffee break confessions. Yeah. So each week we issue, each week we talk about a topic that I have been thinking about this past week. And it goes along similar to the theme of last week, but I'll be honest, guys, I was a little feeling like a loser this week. Yeah, loser. Remember, what was that movie? was that Bring It On, where the guy pretended to sneeze and they go, loser? So sad. But actually, it's so corny that it reminds you how bogus the fact that we feel like a loser, because nobody's a loser if we're here on Earth. But anyway, yeah, I was just like, I was feeling stuck and not where I want to be as usual. No, not as usual. But it's some things that just feeling kind of sad. And I have to say, what I think I've told you guys on the podcast. So I just moved back to Jersey temporarily. I'm trying to get back to New York City, trying to save money and all that. But I did live in LA, Los Angeles, and I loved LA because it had access to open mics and it had creative communities, and I have not had that. And let me tell you, wow, as somebody who used to, I still isolate a lot because just if you want to practice, there's a lot of stuff in the creative process that if you want to practice and get good, you have to do it alone. And of course, there's collabing, like, when you start a band or writing together. I love doing all that stuff. But long story short, yes, I am a person who isolates to work on my creative stuff, so I spend a lot of alone time. But just being in LA, there was a lot. So, like, there's doing your art in the sense of being in an incubator or like hibernation and working on it. But there's also, you gotta show people your work and get that feedback and have the community. And I've never realized how beautiful a community is until it was completely I don't have access to the community that I did living in Los Angeles. So my point is, guys, embrace community, and two minds really are better than one. So I'm planning a way to start my own community, but that also takes resources, and that's another project management project. It's so lovely to initiate all of these clubs and all of these things of community, but it takes a lot of time, resources. And so before I get to a place of further planning the community stuff, I have to get my own snowball rolling a little bit. But I'm so stoked because I'm confident. For example, I think I told you guys, but yeah, one time I started a writing club, and my best writing came from that period of my life. Accountability. During the pandemic, I started a late night writing club as well. And that was all remotely. Like, I didn't need to be anywhere. But also that was kind of when things were easily remotely. Like, remote was kind of cool. Now, people are just remote fatigued, and I get it. But long story short, my writing got better just having something to share. And it reminds me, like, the beauty of existing and creating art for people is to share. How exciting. And sometimes not to share, sometimes for you, you know what I mean? But the beautiful thing is about connection through art, and sharing is a big part of that. So that's kind of where I know where my, me feeling like a loser has come, and that's okay. And I'm just telling you guys because I'm like, if you guys ever feel like a loser, like, that's the lame, it's the worst feeling. I'm not even, have you guys ever felt like a loser? Comment below. But it's kind of a feeling of just, like, you lose your will. You're just like, oh, I'm stuck forever. You know, that feeling of, like, feeling stuck forever. And just know, if you are in that phase now, it'll pass. Just hold on to the wheel, and just drive through the tunnel. It's gonna be over, and just remember, being a human, it's just chemicals up and down, up and down. And so you just got to hold on to that wheel till the chemicals go up. You get some vitamin D, in a few days, the sun will come. But it felt like things weren't working. That feeling of when you actually are trying and you're not seeing results. That to me is so frustrating. But I had to tell myself, last week, we just got to change. We just have to always be assessing what we're doing. And I have to say, I didn't goal plan for 2 weeks. Yeah, guilty. You just get busy and it's something's got to go. And it's sometimes we let the biggest thing that we need go, goal planning. It's very, very important. So long story short, I was in my feels. I was in poor me. Ooh, poor me. Let's erase that poor me. Ooh, I'm erasing it right now from you guys. I'm erasing that poor me. I'm installing yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. All right. Anyway. But, okay. So, how I got myself out of the funk, or still getting myself out of the funk, is just a reminder that it is life telling me I'm not where I want to be. And so it's just data. It is all just data. Oh, okay, I'm unhappy. And I was miserable, miserably crying, being I feel like such a loser. Yeah, it was dramatic. It's okay to be dramatic. Let it out, accept it. But anyway, long story short, I had to catch myself and be all right, pull self out. Yeah, this is not happening. This is not helping at all. So pull ourselves up, guys. And whenever you feel like a loser, just accept it. After you've accepted it and felt your feelings, just do this. You're pulling yourself up on the bootstraps. Let's go. Let's go, Tommy. I'm pulling you up. All this is saying is you're not where you're supposed to be. You're meant for something bigger, something larger, something way larger, okay? And your soul is hungry for something. So I'd like to say embrace the discomfort. Do it sad. People say, oh, yes, we got to let ourselves rest, and burnout is real, but maybe I'm not challenging myself enough that I need to. I'm not even kidding, guys. The most amazing things happened in my life when I was terrified. I did things terrified. When I moved to LA when I was 19 or 20, just $800 in my bank account, or whatever, however much, $1,100. Ooh, that time when I moved into a weird living situation, sharing a bedroom with somebody I didn't know, we do it, and I'm not even kidding. But you got to be careful that you don't put yourself in bad situations, so you don't give yourself trauma. For example, me working at age 11, that was not a powerful, I thought it would be a thing that would make me grow and a better person. At 11, I literally cared about this. I do not recommend that. So my point is, we have to do stuff that scares us, but also, I think the difference is this. If you're in a growth mindset, I constantly have to remind myself, grow, what is this showing me? Because, and you got to know when to fold your cards and to pivot. You really do. Because I think it is real. I think for a long time, or a lot of people fantasize a struggle thinking that it'll give them character. Maybe, yeah, maybe it will, absolutely, it's going to give you, it will change you. However, be careful, you don't give yourself trauma, okay? And so I think let's put ourselves in the unknown, and with a growth mindset and knowing when, here's the difference of doing something for discomfort that's dangerous for your well-being versus good for your well-being. I feel like the moments that put my well-being at risk were always times that I should have planned a little bit better to not put myself in a bad situation. For example, when I moved from one bedroom to what would have been moving in with an ex-boyfriend when we were together, I blindly trusted him, and I put myself in a situation with short-term reward. It was a 3-month lease situation. It was a little bit more expensive because it was furnished, so that solved a lot of my problems. To me, it made logical sense. However, I realistically could not do the rent. I should have crunched numbers a little bit better. Guys, I'm not a number cruncher, but I'm learning to. And the lesson is that it taught me this. Yeah. So my point is, yes, it got me out of one situation which I needed to get out of, but 2, it backfired because 1, I was relying on another person's word, and I should have done it for myself no matter what. It should have been a thing I do for myself no matter what, and not relying on someone else. And, you think, how can you do that? Well, I should have got my it's funny I say I should have, but it's also like I am always hustling to figure out how to make additional income. You know what I mean? So it gets a little tricky because at one point, yeah, I'm a little burnt out from running and trying. And, and that's where the loser spiral kicks in. You're like, I'm actually doing stuff. I wish I was just enjoying life. And maybe that's what I'm missing. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I think that is a big missing ingredient a lot of times, is fun. But my point is, I need to make a change. I need to make a change in my environment, and I need to work backwards. And what can I do to put myself in a better environment? Well, it always comes down to figuring out additional income, because you can, without money, like I put stuff on my credit card, which was not the way to go. And so my point is, make moves with strategy and know that you are worthy of those moves. So I think that's the difference, is like, I feel a lot of times we self-sabotage, and we can make an abrupt move but fall on our faces because we didn't believe in ourselves. We made moves for somebody else when, like, we should have made moves for ourselves. So I think that's a real important lesson, is knowing you're worthy and believing in yourself, because why not? Other people can do stuff. Yes, they have that little extra push by having their little mommy and daddy support, financial support. And a lot of people don't have that. So, but guess what? Let's just, growth mindset, it's building character. It's building character. So, my point is, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like a loser, guys, just know that's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's my body telling me, no, this is not where you're supposed to be. I have to incorporate other things outside of my environment. Like I need to start dating again, guys. I need to start dating again. Have you ever stopped dating because you're like, I need to, evolve a little bit more as a person? And it's like, no, I need a date. I mean, I've done a lot of self-soothing, a lot of growing. It is a beautiful thing when you find a person who you see eye to eye with and you could like hold hands through life. Not in a codependent way, but also I think it's a beautiful lesson of being in a relationship. You see your flaws more. It's wild. But so yeah, I just need to, I've been so extreme in hibernation mode that it's not doing me no good, guys. I'm done. Oh, hey, let's see, a still 17? Oh my goodness. Yes. Are you hoping for dating, for finding your person? Yes. And by the way, if I don't look at the chat, it's because I'm gonna keep plowing with the Coffee and Daydreaming Podcast, and then I'm gonna look at the chat when I'm done. So I'm stoked to read that. So, so another thing that I realized that's been contributing to me feeling like a loser, guys, pulling ourselves up the bootstraps. So one is like environment. How can we shift our environment? Because I'm not even kidding. This is just truth. Like when I lived in LA, I was in the environment to have access to the, my open mics and doing. It allowed me to be a doer. And so I think the self-esteem knows. The self-esteem is thirsty for, and not for ego. There's just something about creativity, about sharing it, that is a part of the equation. It's just a part of the equation. So for any artist, and just connection, it's such a big thing about connection. So environment, and then 2, doing. So I think like a big part of a big issue is just being a forever student. And so I've been spending hours and hours of reading and studying, and no, we gotta just do. And it's okay to look like a fool. Do it badly. But remind me, guys, we're gonna get to the book club. We're gonna get to the book club in just a second here. So my point is, and we're pulling ourselves up, we're pulling ourselves out of that victim mindset, and I'm only saying that because I am guilty. Okay, so wait, I had points. Okay, guys, so now, ways to suck ourselves out of this poor me feeling like a loser thing. All right, let's understand the feeling. Write it down. I am, feeling like a loser. Why? The tapping actually is really helpful. Even though I feel like a loser, I still love and completely accept myself. Even though I feel like a loser, I still love and completely accept myself. And then tap in here. The first round, you go through your negative thoughts. So they say you do the first round, the negative. the negative thoughts, and then the second round you clear it with the positive. But I like to hammer it right then and there. For example, I like to do the negative, then the positive, because I don't want to even refer back to the negative again. So it's like all this fear that I'll never grow and then I'll be homeless. You see how extreme, you know what I mean? Like, it's impossible not to grow. I am physically working at it every day. You have to grow a little bit if you're working at it every day. And also, you're not going to allow yourself to get there. There are resources available to prevent that. And so, oh man, this is actually, see how, wow, that really helps. Let's see. What if I get old and will never show anybody my work, especially for my music stuff that I'm very shy about? Well, the beautiful thing is we're here now in the present moment, and we can make choices that where you finish your songs and you can choose to record it and perform it, and you can choose to perform at an open mic. You see how your brain is looking, your brain loves to look for problems, but also it really wants the solutions, because life is supposed to be fun, right? So after we understand the feeling, also you can, really identify the root cause of why are you feeling stuck. So I know for me, a lot of it, I'm overcommitting. I'm biting off more than I can chew. So I'm going to have to look into that. Something's got to go. But I already am not going out enjoying life. So what else can go? No, but simplify. I got to change my environment to have fun. Anyway, it's all related. Okay, and then after that, after we find the root cause, let's set clear goals. Okay? And then remember, growth mindset, overcoming fear and self-doubt. Overcome fear and self-doubt. And how can we do this? Visualization techniques, just always just pulling ourselves up, guys, pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps. And then seek inspiration. So one thing that's really helped is I found it so soothing to look at interviews of artists and creatives that I admire and listening to them talk, because you'll find creatives all have a similar thing in common. They all have, you feel like you're alone, but when you talk to another, that's why I love open mic so much, because I love open micers so much. You talk to an open micer and you're just like, you can gel with them. There's just something invisibly spoken about comedian open micers. We're just like, there's just something so home feeling. But my point is, seek inspiration by watching your favorite creatives talk about, just talk in general. I've found that very soothing and not alone. And by feeling not alone, that's helped me significantly. So, yeah, embrace change too. Remember, we're walking into a new version of ourselves. Like Joe Dispenza talks, you gotta really go into a new version of yourself. So we have to embrace that change and know that it's going to feel uncomfortable. Nothing good has come not feeling, it's going to be uncomfortable. So, and yes. And so let's also embrace imperfection. That's really important. And another thing is focusing on high value tasks. I think I've been trying to spread myself thin, trying to do everything. And So now I know to do that. Like, all right, well, what actually matters? I know for me, if I do not practice my guitar, I feel disgusting. I feel rusty. I feel like my bones ache. Okay, now moving on to. Okay, the Dreamers Challenge. So last week, the challenge was do not check your phone for an hour upon waking up. How did you do? I failed. I failed the challenge, guys. All right, so let's do it again. We're doing this challenge till we get it right. Not oh that. Anyway, yeah. Okay, guys. So this week, here's what I learned. It's okay to fail as long as we learn. Here's what I learned. Yeah, so I'll say that again. It's okay to fail as long as we learn from our failure. Here's where I fail. I actually forgot about the challenge. So to prevent that, I'm going to write down on a post-it note by my bed when I wake up, don't check your phone. And I'm not even going to put my phone in my bed by my bed. I'm putting it in a totally different room. So I'm actually going to create reminders for myself everywhere. And so we'll see. I think that actually will help. And also I'm going to also keep a journal to log how I'm feeling. Because I tried it another time and I was like, oh my goodness, this is really like withdrawing from something, because it was actually difficult for me. And I know my trap. I know what sucks me in is that I think checking the time or an email is safe. No. If I check the time or an email, I get suctioned in. Yeah, it's very don't look at your phone at all if you can. Okay. So let's do some affirmations. Affirmations feel better about not being a loser. Okay. All right. Ready? Here we go. You are a winner. We are winners. You are a winner. We get things done. Just by us existing on this world, we are winners. Every day that we wake up, we already won. We already won. We woke up. How lucky are we? We are already naturally richer than so many people. We're going to appreciate and be grateful for the gift of health anytime we wake up. I am lucky to be alive. I am lucky to be the creator of my own world. I am proud that I have grown into a growth mindset. People look at me and they say, whoa, what is she doing that I want to eat what she's eating? People admire the things that I have achieved. I thrive in the down because I know that it is building character for when I'm up. I am grateful for whatever I have now because I know it's done. It's already happening. What I want, it's already been done. And I know that when I have it, how I feel isn't going to change, because the external, I do not rely on the external to validate the internal. I know I do validate the internal, and that's what matters. So when I have all of the external to match my internal desires, it's a cherry on top. I am grateful for good health. I'm grateful for my healthy, happy brain. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, for opportunity. I'm grateful for every day waking up, another opportunity to achieve things. I am solution oriented. I get things done. I get things done easily and effortlessly. Everything is so easy and effortlessly. I have so much fun. Everything is so fun. I love people no matter what their intentions are, but I know how to protect myself when their intentions are bad. I am safe and safer. I'm happy and happier. I'm smart and smarter. I'm brave and brave. I'm strong and stronger. Okay. All right. So now, Dreamers Challenge. What should the challenge this? Oh yeah, no, we're redoing the challenge of do not check your phone for 1 hour. Implementing those changes. Just don't go to bed with your phone in the same room, and do not even check the time on your phone. Okay, guys? All right. So I want you to let me know how you did next week. Now, really quick, I want to talk about this book, Untethered Soul. If you guys want to join the book club, you're more than welcome to. I'm a slowpoke reader, so you guys have... Nope, I'm not talking bad about myself anymore, guys. I've accepted. I'm not a fast reader. You know those people in school who read really, really fast? Like, good for you. Good for you. You know, wow. Good for you. You can read fast. Anyway. Oh, wait, my battery. If the stream ends, it's because my computer battery died. Anyway, I just want to, so get the Untethered Soul. Comment below. I'm going to share with you. I'm on chapter 6, so you guys have time to catch up with me for next week. Some gems that I found that inspired me. All right, ready? The truth is that most of life will unfold in accordance with forces far outside your control, regardless of what your mind says about it. It's like sitting down and deciding whether you want the sun to come up in the morning. The bottom line is the sun will always come up and the sun will always go down. Billions of things are going on in this world. You can think about it all you want, but life is still going to keep happening. I really like that because it's like, yeah, like life goes on, guys. These many crises that are going on in my head, or that I think are crises, I can't even say it. It's like, you know what? It's not that bad. All right, it's not that bad. Or it is, but it's like, you know what? We all have problems and life is still going on. So I'm trying to deal with solutions, with problems. I'm starting to accept that problems will always come up. I would love to live in a conflict-free world, but it'll ruin me, certain like problems, to where it'll ruin me for like 4 days straight, where taking away life, and life is too short, or we just don't have time to ruin ourselves over problems. So just keep moving, find the solution, take accountability, and just keep moving. Let's see. To attain true inner freedom, you must be able to objectively watch your problems instead of being lost in them. No solution can possibly exist while you're lost in the energy of the problem. That's me right there. That really helped me right there, because I was like, ooh, I will be lost in my problem for days. And finally, I'm just like trying to be better at that. The first problem you have to deal with is your own reaction. You will not be able to solve anything outside of you until you own how the situation affects you on the inside. Problems are generally not what they appear to be. When you get clear enough, you will realize that the real problem is that there is something inside of you that can have a problem with almost anything. The first step is to deal with that part of you. This involves a change from outer solution consciousness to inner solution consciousness. You have to break the habit of thinking that the solution to your problem is to rearrange things on the outside. Ooh, that actually goes along nicely with the theme of feeling like a loser. Because here I'm feeling like a loser because I don't have like my own house. I don't have a car. You know, like I haven't been dating, like, on purpose to like focus on me. No, I need to elevate, guys. But I think that the challenge is knowing that once I could be granted all those things tomorrow. I could win the Powerball. I actually did win the Powerball. I won half of the Powerball. I won 3 numbers out of 6, and I won $7. Darn, if only when you win half of the Powerball, you win half of the money. That'd be nice. But no, so my point is like maybe the actual challenge that life has given me is like, hey, can you be happy with nothing? Because it's already done. You're already getting your stuff. So stop whining, stop pouring me in. Like, that's setting me back. Like, find the gifts now and pay it forward. Like, I gotta be more helpful to people. Like, I really, I gotta be more helpful around the house, and anyway. So, yeah. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys on that. Something to think about. You have to break the habit of thinking that the solution to your problems is to rearrange things on the outside. The only permanent solutions to your problem is to go inside and let go of the part of you that seems to have so many problems with reality. Ooh, once you'll do that, you'll be clear enough to deal with what's left. I love that so much. It's true. I think that is the challenge that life is giving me is, hey, if you could be happy with nothing, you'll be really happy. When it's done, it's coming. The things you want are coming. Anyway, thank you so much for watching Coffee and Daydreaming. Please like, subscribe the YouTube channel at Coffee and Daydreaming, the TikTok at Coffee and Daydreaming, Instagram at Coffee and Daydreaming. Follow this Twitch channel. We also have co-work sessions soon. Everything's like a layer on approach. When bandwidth opens up, I want to get that back going. And yeah, thank you so much. Please leave a positive review. I'm not telling you what to do, but please leave a happy review on Apple Podcasts. That would really help for Coffee and Daydreaming. That help the algorithm. You guys are awesome. And remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of dreams, anything is possible. Bye, guys. Okay, now I'm coming to let's see, June. Wait, well, okay, guys, thanks for watching the stream. So I'm wrapped with that. I'm gonna head off, but let me just read the rest of your comments. Estelle 17. Well, I know there must be other. Aw, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you know what? It's honestly, you guys give me energy. Like, I could get low too, but it's just a matter of, and knowing the opposite of that. It's just a matter of like, let's pick ourselves up. We got this. Because what's the other choice is sulking